Yo, what is up guys, it's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be going over what Aqib Talib said about Emmanuel Forbes and why he's high on the rookie cornerback. Also be going over the injury report for the game. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell so you never miss a video. Also check out BetUS and Mojo, links in the description. And just a quick reminder, I am giving away a signed Jahan Dotson jersey. All you got to do is download the Mojo Fantasy app through this link. It'll be in the description, but go to my Twitter and just send me a screenshot or comment. Done. So it wasn't anything crazy, but Aqib Talib did have some high praise for Emmanuel Forbes after his week 1 performance against the Arizona Cardinals. And I thought in his first game, he did pretty well. You didn't hear his name a ton, which is good. I think he made a couple nice tackles. And also, he had that pass breakup on 4th down to force a turnover on downs. Maybe could have intercepted it, but I thought he had a very good first game, especially for a rookie. The second game wasn't amazing, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But of course, there's going to be ups and downs with any rookie cornerback. But Aqib Talib, on Instagram says, "I know him when I see him. He got it," and that is some high praise from a very, very good cornerback in Aqib Talib, who is one of the better cornerbacks in the league for a while, and now he's in the broadcast booth. So, Emmanuel Forbes' second game, I thought it wasn't amazing. I mean, PFF gave him a 36.4 PFF grade. I wouldn't say he did that bad. He did give up the 53-yard reception to Marvin Mims, gave up a few other receptions, and I couldn't remember it, but people are saying he missed a couple tackles. But he also did have an interception. He read that really well. It would have been amazing if he could have, picked that off cleanly, because if he did, that was a house call. That was 6 if he picked it off cleanly, but he didn't, and it's not the end of the world. We drafted him to get interceptions, and he got the interception. Last year, our defense didn't force a bunch of turnovers. So I think 36.4 is a little harsh. He definitely had his ups and downs in that game with getting beat by Mims and the Hail Mary, which was his and a couple other guys' fault. It just went right through his hands, but Cameron Kerr also tipped it up to a defender. But that interception was good, and I think there's going to be more interceptions. I think he's going to get more interceptions, 1 and 2 games, and he had the opportunity for more. He honestly did. He's gotten a few pass breakups in his first couple games. I think he's going to continue to improve. And each week is going to be different depending on what receiver he's matching up against. Will be interesting to see if he matches up against Stephon Diggs this week, and if he does, how he matches up against him. That is something to watch out for sure. So let's get into some injury updates for the Washington Commanders. So some good news, I would say. Yesterday I made the video about Daron Payne where he didn't practice because of an ankle injury, but you love to see it upgraded from DNP to limited. That usually means he's trending in the right direction for a Friday, for being cleared by game day. My guess is he'll probably be questionable or good to go tomorrow when they get the designations, but he'll play Friday. Logan Thomas, he's just not going to play, man. That was a brutal hit Sunday afternoon, late game. So it's going to be very hard for him to get cleared in time for game day. Maybe, hopefully the next week. And then Quan Martin went from limited to full, so he should be good to go. Not like that's going to make a huge difference, but Quan Martin is he's going to play on special teams. Hopefully he gets some defensive snaps, but it's probably going to be, we're not going to be blowing them out more likely than not, so he's probably not going to get a lot of playing time on defense. But I hope we start to implement him a little bit more, integrate him a little bit more into the defense, get him some snaps so that he can, start to develop a little bit. And then Curtis Samuel, good to go. Nick Gates, good to go. And Brian Robinson, good to go as well. Real quick, a word from our sponsor. And a huge shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. BetUS is the leading online sports betting company, and they have every sport you can imagine. The NFL, which is in full swing right now. You got baseball, which the playoffs are going to start up in a bit. Basketball, soccer, any sport. If you use my link in the description, you get 125% first time deposit match. So if you put in $100, you get $250 to play around with. It's a really good deal. And the Commanders are playing the Buffalo Bills 1 p.m. and they are currently 6.5-point underdogs. So if you think they're going to lose by less than 7 points or less than 6.5, you can go ahead and bet on that, and you guys can see the odds there. If you think they're going to win, you can make a lot of money doing that. But I think it'll be a close game. This is a tough game to decide. You can obviously bet on the other games as well. There's parlays as well, and yeah, a bunch of different things you can bet on. So use my link. Also, bet responsibly. So yeah, overall, I think the Commanders' injury report, nothing crazy, and things are looking good except for the Logan Thomas thing, which again, don't think he'll get cleared this week, and it could be a lingering concussion because that was a nasty hit. He was down for a little bit, like a minute or two. He did jog off, which is good, but concerned for him a little bit. Hopefully it's nothing where he's out for multiple weeks. And then, yeah, everyone else I think should be back for this week. And then Efe Obada and Fedarian Mathis will be eligible to come back, I believe, week 5. So that's when they can first come off of IR, because this year it's 4 for short-term IR. Now, let's go into some of the Bills' injuries. They got a long injury report. So Terrell Bernard, who is a good, coverage linebacker for them, he's been limited both these days with a knee and quad injury. Not sure what he was doing last week, if he had any injury designation, and I don't know when that injury happened, but that could be a huge loss for them. Spencer Brown, their tackle, limited with a shoulder injury that just popped up middle of the week. He'll probably play, but something to watch out for. James Cook out today with a personal issue. Hopefully everything's good with him. We'll see if he's playing or not. Usually in those cases they play. Leonard Floyd went from a DMP to a limited, and so did Micah Hyde. So I would expect both those guys to play. Maybe one of them's questionable. Dawson Knox, their starting tight end. They did draft Kincaid, but Dawson Knox has been their primary tight end. But I think Kincaid will probably, this is the week. If Dawson Knox out, Kincaid probably will get some work in, and that probably could transition into, the rest of the season as him being tight end 1. But Dawson Knox being out is definitely a loss. And then Jordan Phillips, who was out yesterday, their good D tackle, he's good to go today. So it was an illness. We expected that. And then Jordan Poyer out today with a vet rest. So, vet day off. So the only guys I think won't play, Dawson Knox, and then maybe Terrell Bernard, because he went from he's limited and limited. But when you see the guys go from DMP to limited, they're progressing a little bit quicker. Maybe one other guy besides Dawson Knox is out. That's probably my guess, but we will see. Overall, though, good injury news for the Commanders with Deron Payne getting better. Fully expect him to play. And then besides that, there's, Logan Thomas is very likely out, and then Quan Martin good to go. And yeah, man, the Emmanuel Forbes thing is definitely encouraging that, a lot of these corners really, really like him. Guys like Sauce Gardner, Jalen Ramsey gave him a lot of praise, and now you see Aqib Talib doing it as well. And yeah, man, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys check out BetUS and Mojo. And again, join that, Jahan Dotson, also Sam Howell signed jersey giveaway and some tickets as well. Peace, guys.